Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Raising the New Earth podcast. I am your host, Noah Dory, and today we're going to delve into all things wellness. In particular, we're going to explore the transformative power of your breath, movement, and habits, and how they can rewire your brain for optimal wellness. So, those who know me know that I love movement. I was a dancer. I danced in dance companies for many, many, many years. And as I grew older, I realized that movement needs to take a center stage in my life. And so these days I do mixed martial arts. I still dance. I have my treadmill desk instead of a normal desk where I can do my studies and do my Zoom work. So I wanted to make an episode about it actually as I'm jumping into my daily exercise as well. So we often hear that exercise is essential for our physical health, but did you know that it also has a profound impact on our mental and emotional well-being? Today, we're going to dive deep into the science behind mindful movement and the incredible benefits that it has. So, to start off, let's talk about how exercise affects our mental and emotional well-being. Being a nutritionist for a mental health facility, often I did session on the move, as I call them, because all my clients were those who suffered a mental illness of some sort, from anxiety to depression to PTSD to bipolar. I knew the impact that exercise can have in their lives, and so and when it's beautiful weather outside, and nature therapy as well. So I frequently had session on a move where we just walked around, we hiked together, and helped release those endorphins, which are chemicals in our brain that act as natural painkillers and mood elevators. It also reduces the production of stress hormones such as cortisol, that increases the production of neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine, which are associated with improved mood and feelings of well-being. So a lot of my clients uh, were prescribed SSRIs. And the SSRI is really the serotonin regulator. And so for me, adding those neurotransmitters in a more natural way was really, really important. And so when you hear the term nature therapy, it has merit to it, right? It does help the production of those neurotransmitters, the dopamine and the serotonin. So mindful movement involves being fully present and engaged in the activity that you're doing, whether it's yoga or walking, hiking, any form of exercise. And unlike traditional exercise, which often focus solely on the physical fitness, mindful movement incorporates elements of mental and emotional well-being as well. By paying attention to your body, your breath, and your surroundings, you can reduce the stress, the anxiety, depression. You can improve the mood and increase self-awareness, as we talked about before. Now, I have a client who does trail hikes and trail runs, and one day she was so removed from her place, putting headphones on and just running on the trail, and then she saw a snake, and it really scared her so much that she decided she's not going to go on hikes anymore in nature. So what we're working on is maybe don't remove yourself so much from where you're at. So be aware of your environment, but not to a point where it distracts you from elevating your mood. So somewhere in between, maybe if you are running with the headphones, then just lower down the volume a little bit so you can still hear your surrounding. You can still enjoy. You are part of your surrounding. You're not removed from it necessarily. And what a beautiful scenery it is, and what a beautiful place it is to be surrounded by nature as opposed to traffic and urban environment. So scientific studies have supported the benefits of mindful movement. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology found that regular exercise is as effective as medication for reducing symptoms for depression and anxiety. I'm going to say it again. The Journal of Clinical Psychology found that regular exercise can be as effective as medication for reducing symptoms of depression and anxiety. And anyone that knows my healing approach knows that I don't jump the gun on prescribing anything. I tend to the body as a holistic and a whole person approach, right? If you're coming to me for a magic pill, there is no magic pill. There is a lot of inner work that needs to be done. And a lot of people don't like to take that time or that approach because you're looking for that magic pill. But you are, like Joe Dispenza said in his book, you are the placebo effect. Another study published in the journal Frontiers in Psychology found that mindfulness-based movement practices like yoga and Tai Chi can improve the mood, reduce stress, increase overall well-being. Well, a lot of my clients are athletes and they don't really like Tai Chi or yoga. So those that can do it, amazing. But there are other ways of doing it, such as sitting in meditation for 20 minutes a day. The meditation, it just increases the inner awareness between you and your body. It decreases the cortisol level and it increases healing from within. And there's a lot of research around that as well. In fact, meta-analysis published in JAMA Psychiatry, JAMA Psychiatry, found that exercise has a large and significant effect on reducing symptoms for depression, regardless of the intensity or duration of the activity. The researchers, they analyzed they had 49 studies to analyze, and those studies involved about 267,000 participants. And they found that exercise was associated with a 71% reduction in the risk of developing depression. So yeah, that's incredible. So how can we incorporate mindful movement into our busy daily lives? So like I said, I have a treadmill in my office where I walk. I do my Zoom calls while I walk. It's a more narrow version of a treadmill and it folds, so you can easily put it under your desk when you don't use it. Another simple way is to take a few moments each day to focus on your breath. I always tell my clients, if you can start your day outside with lemon water, bless the water, take a few breaths, and start your day by very intentionally set your intention for the day. And by doing this, taking slow, deep breaths and paying attention to the sensation that you have of the breath entering and leaving your body, you can really start being in control of your day. You don't start the day as a go, go, go. The whole culture of the drive-through at Starbucks just boggles my mind. Like, why do you need to drive through and grab that cup of coffee? Can you sit down for a few minutes? And even better, can you make yourself a cup of coffee at home? Like there is a cultural imprint and traditions that I believe need to be questioned. Is that a habit that you're trying to break? And if so, we're going to talk about how to break that habit later on. Another tip is to find an activity that you enjoy. It can be yoga, walking, dancing, any form of exercise. For me, it has been mixed martial arts and dancing. I do lift weights, but my true love is dancing and mixed martial arts. I was a yoga instructor. I'm a certified yoga instructor. I enjoy that occasionally as well. But make it regular part of your routine. Often when clients ask me, what is the best form of exercise? The best form of exercise is the one you're actually going to do. So the key to that, when you do exercise, just fully engage in the activity rather than just go through the motions. Additionally, research has shown that forming new habits like incorporating mindful movement into our daily lives can literally reprogram our brain and promote positive changes on behavior and well-being. This is where neuroplasticity comes in. You can physically change your brain. Not to mention that you're firing, new genes, about 1,561 genes, new genes into your body. You're upregulating, you're downregulating. There's a ton of improvement that is being impacted by incorporating mindful movement. So Dr. Bruce Lipton's research has shown that our thoughts and beliefs can profoundly impact our physical health and well-being. And So is Dr. Joe Dispenza's research. And by pairing mindful movement with conscious breathing, we can create new healthy habits that support our overall well-being. One effective method for forming new habits is habit stacking. It is a concept we talked about in previous episodes. This is a concept that was popularized by James Clear in his book Atomic Habits. So habit stacking involves pairing a new habit that you want to form with an existing habit, making it easier to integrate it into your daily routine. For example, you could pair mindful movement with your morning routine by doing a short breath session or going for a walk after you wake up and before you have your breakfast. Or even better, if you want to control your blood sugar levels, do it after dinner as well or instead. There is something to be said about taking out a habit that you have gotten used to. When I work with my clients who want to form new habits, for example, if they're used to drinking their alcohol in the evening and we find that alcohol may not be the best way for them, I personally do not drink alcohol, even though I tried warm sake the other day and I really enjoyed it. But in general, I don't. You won't find me drinking alcohol. So if we find with sitting with the client that alcohol is not beneficial to their well-being, then I can't just take away a habit that they gotten so attached to, right? Because that habit um, chemically releases this pleasure hormones, right? And that pleasure hormone it is exactly what you are seeking, again, by drinking another glass of wine or whatever you decide to seek. So those pleasure hormones are very addicting. And so we need to find other more beneficial ways to release those pleasure hormones. So instead of taking it out and creating a void, I call it a black hole, we come up with a different habit to take over that, less than optimal habit. So make sure that you don't take out something without replacing it with something that is more beneficial to you. So to wrap up, here are some tangible steps you can take today to make movement, conscious breath, and neuroplasticity part of your daily wellness habit. So step number one, choose an activity that you enjoy. I can't emphasize it enough. Whether it's dancing in your living room, going for walks with your best friend, yoga, or any form of exercise, find something that brings you joy and makes you feel really, really good. I think life is too short to subscribe to something that others are doing, but you don't find it to be equally entertaining. I can attest to myself. My husband is all about CrossFit. I am not. I tried CrossFit for a month and a half. I, as a dancer, I didn't find it to be as an elegant form of working out. And I didn't want to push tires. I'm not looking to be, that. And so I found mixed martial arts to be something that really resonates with me. And I did take Krav Maga when I was younger. And so this just makes sense to me. So find something that really makes you feel good. And if it's CrossFit, hey, you're going to be in amazing shape. I already know that. Second step, start small. Okay. Set realistic goals for yourself and gradually increase the duration and intensity of your workouts over time. What does that mean? It means you need to give yourself grace and compassion, right? For those people that are seeking to lose 30, 40, 80, and 100 pounds, small steps, one step at a time. A baby doesn't learn how to run when they come out of the womb, right? Slowly. And being a mother, you show so much grace to your kids. And for grandmothers, you show so much grace to your grandchildren. So why don't you show that same grace to yourself, to that inner child within you? So have patience, tap yourself on the back. Like so many times I will talk to myself. I said, good job, no, I did amazing today. Keep going. All right. Step number 3, make it a habit. So incorporate mindful movement into your daily routine by pairing it with an existing habit, like morning or evening routine. For example, you brush your teeth, you go get your lemon water, then introduce the habit of breathing. Step outside with your water. If you're not ready for lemon water, which is an amazing cleanser for your liver, Then step outside with your coffee if that's what you choose, and then have a few breaths. Sit down with your breath, have a few cycles of breaths. I use the Breathe app that I really found to be really calming and excellent. Whatever it is, evening routine. If you are getting ready to go to bed, then maybe don't do the Netflix tonight and instead read a book by your bed. So try, track, and see what works for you. Step number 4, practice conscious breathing. Like we said, take a few moments each day to focus on your breath and connect with your body. What happens is the autonomic nervous system is always at play. And so we are wired to escape a tiger or whatever is intimidating us. We got to connect to the parasympathetic nervous system. The only way to connect to the parasympathetic nervous system is to relax our body, is to connect to our breath, and just tell your body that it's safe. There's no lion chasing us or anything like that, right? So don't operate from a reactive standpoint, operate from proactive standpoint, all right? So by following these steps, you can absolutely rewire your brain for optimal wellness and create habits that support your overall well-being. And remember, sometimes we come across things that may raise our cortisol level. It may be that, a HIIT workout, high intensity interval training may not be the perfect fit for you. You may feel that it actually holds on to your cortisol level, which is not what we're trying to do. We want to downregulate your cortisol level. So we won't hold on to that extra weight that we sometimes hold on to because we are in fight or flight sympathetic nervous system. So find a workout that benefits you, that makes you feel good, that you can do at least 4 days a week. Find those recovery days where you can find moments to enjoy your family and enjoy your surrounding and just take care of your health. It's, everything that I mentioned here is possible and doable. And I personally do it on a daily basis. And show grace and compassion to yourself, because without that, what's the point, right? How can we show grace and compassion to other people, but not to ourselves? So be that engine for your family, be that source of light for yourself and for others. And well, that was it for today. If you have any questions, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you're following us on YouTube. Until next time, see you later. Bye.